Hello and welcome to FYI Weekly, your official source for the latest news and information from the city of Greensboro. With summer in full swing, by adopting the National Weather Service slogan, "Beat the Heat, Check the Back Seat," the Greensboro Police Department warns residents about the dangers of leaving children in vehicles. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, even temperatures in the 60s can cause the temperature inside of a car to rise well above 110 degrees Fahrenheit. The inside temperature can rise almost 20 degrees within 10 minutes. This can cause hyperthermia or heat stroke in literally a matter of minutes, particularly in children whose body temperatures warm at a rate 3 to 5 times faster than an adult. Although the number of children who die while in a hot car varies by reporting agency, statistically, half of these children were forgotten by a parent or other caregiver, and nearly 20% died when parents knowingly left their child in a vehicle. The rest died when they were playing in an unattended vehicle, according to the research by the National Weather Service. People can forget they have children in the car, not because they are uncaring, but because there are too many distractions. Some people forget they have a child in the back seat when they're not used to transporting children as part of their routine. To reduce the potential for injuries or fatalities, GPD offers the following safety tips. Never leave a child unattended in a vehicle, not even for a minute. If you see a child unattended in a hot vehicle, call 911 immediately. Be sure all occupants leave your vehicle when unloading and don't overlook sleeping babies. The City of Greensboro's Information Technology Department has achieved ISO IEC 27001 certification, which is a globally recognized certification of cybersecurity management to protect systems and confidential information from threats and cyber attacks. The certification is performed by Shellman & Company, an accredited certification agency based in the United States. The city is now recognized as fully compliant with global security standards and has established a formal program to maintain the certification. Jane Nichols, director of the city's Information Technology Department, says it is one of the highest security ratings available and confirms the city of Greensboro has the proper systems and controls in place to prevent intrusions and keep our information secure. The city of Greensboro is one of few government agencies to achieve this widely recognized and internationally accepted information security standard. Outdoor recreation activities for military veterans will be offered during the summer and fall. This is made possible through a partnership between the Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department and nonprofit group Heal Our Heroes. Veterans can assemble at 2 p.m. at the Lake Brant Marina located at 5945 Lake Brant Road to participate in outdoor activities on July 18th, August 15th, and September 19th. The free activities will include kayaking, hiking, fishing, and a cookout. Registration is required. For more information or to register, please call 336-430-8414 or visit the website at healourheroes.org. If you experience a city employee going above and beyond the call of duty, let us know about it. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The City of Greensboro's 6th annual employee recognition campaign, known as Be Greensboro, is underway until August 31st. The community is encouraged to nominate a city employee for going above and beyond when it comes to providing excellent customer service. Nominations can be submitted via email or by calling the contact center at 336-373-2489. The campaign is designed to recognize city employees for their outstanding service in the community, and the public is encouraged to share personal stories about how a city employee has gone above and beyond to provide excellent customer service. City Manager Jim Westmoreland says this is a nice way to spotlight the employees who display outstanding service to our residents. Nominees will be recognized each month during City Council meetings in July, August, and September. The daytime temperatures are rising, and that means kids will be eager to take a dip in the pool as a way to cool off. But not all kids know how to swim, which is why parents should enroll their youngsters in the Learn to Swim program. This is a partnership between the city's Parks and Recreation Department, Guilford County Schools, and the Greensboro Aquatic Center. Learn to Swim program coordinators say learning to swim is an essential life skill we want to make sure our students acquire while they're still young. They extend this opportunity as some of our students might not learn to swim without it. The Learn to Swim program also builds character traits such as courage and perseverance while equipping our students with knowledge that will protect them throughout their lives. To take advantage of the Learn to Swim program, please contact the Parks and Recreation Department at 336-373-2558. This summer, the Greensboro Youth Council will present Girls Leadership Edge. This 5-part program teaches middle school girls ages 12 to 14 to be courageous, compassionate, and confident leaders in their community. The program will be held from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday from July 11th to August 10th. The girls will meet at Peeler Recreation Center located at 1300 Sykes Avenue. Registration is required for this free program. Girls Leadership Edge was developed by the Women's Professional Forum Foundation in partnership with the Center for Creative Leadership and the Guilford Nonprofit Consortium. The program explores issues such as communication, conflict resolution, and valuing differences. For more information or to register, please visit greensboro-nc.gov/GYC. In an effort to spotlight and celebrate the entrepreneurs, the artists, the community builders, and essentially the next generation of leaders, the City of Greensboro is proud to partner with Action Greensboro to introduce our Made in Greensboro series. This day, we place the spotlight on the Renaissance Community Co-op in Northeast Greensboro. The 10,500 square foot Renaissance Community Co-op, or RCC, provides good jobs, healthy food options, and wealth for East Greensboro residents. Not long ago, a young Haitian immigrant named Rudline Volsi was involved with the Fund for Democratic Communities and began hearing talk about a project to bring a cooperative grocery store to her neighborhood. Rudline gave input along the way, from choosing colors for the walls and making decisions to include the hot bar. As she recalls, the grand opening was like Christmas. There is such a strong sense of community pride when you walk down the aisles. Now that the doors of the RCC are open, Jada Dunn, the hospitality manager, makes sure everyone is on point and has a positive attitude to make customers feel welcome. Living just 2 minutes away from the store, Jada is committed to helping keep the wealth of the store in the community. She has established a rapport with everyone who comes here and works here. In her words, we are a family. To learn more about Made in Greensboro or to see more images taken by photographers Jerry Walford and Scott Mothersbaugh, visit the Action Greensboro website at madeingso.com. More city services can be paid online in addition to water bills and parking tickets. Residents can now go online and click on the tab entitled Pay Your Miscellaneous Invoice. Options for online payments include false alarms, code enforcement violations, monthly parking deck fees, fire violation inspections, landfill charges, daycare facility fees, and more. And an invoice qualifies as miscellaneous if the invoice is sent by the City of Greensboro and reads Miscellaneous Invoice, City of Greensboro at the top center of the page. These invoices can still be paid in person at the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street, or at the Kitchen Operations Center at 2602 South Elm Eugene Street, and by mail at P.O. Box 3136, Greensboro, North Carolina 27402. New changes are underway and special events are taking place at the Greensboro History Museum. We'll tell you all about it coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Greensboro History Museum is tucked away in downtown Greensboro, and it's adjacent to the Central Library. Joining me now to tell us about some changes underway at the museum is Carol Hart. She is the Executive Director of the Greensboro History Museum. Hello, Carol. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Oh, we're so glad to have you. Now, some folks have actually not had an opportunity to visit the Greensboro History Museum. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we're located right downtown. We border the new LeBauer Park. We're next to the public library, so we're very convenient. The other thing that I want to emphasize is we're free.
Oh, that's nice.
So anytime we're open, people can come in and learn all about the history of Greensboro and Guilford County and have an enjoyable day with their family.
And hours of operation, are you typically Monday through Friday?
We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5, and Sunday, 2 to 5.
Okay, those are great hours. Now, when we talk about the history of Greensboro and you're kind of commissioned to house and keep all of that great history, how do you go about, just accumulating all of that information and the huge story that history of Greensboro has to offer?
It is a huge story, and it's always changing, and we're always adding to it, and we're asking new questions. So it's a challenge, and it's one that we love taking. And really, we require the help of everybody in the city, and that's one of the most fun parts of the job, is recognizing that while we're experts and we've studied a lot, that the people of Greensboro have expertise as well. And so we go out into the community and we work very closely with many members of the community to tell this bigger story.
Nice. And we have such a close-knit community. When you think of a city this size, when it comes to the stories of what makes Greensboro what it is, it's nice that you have that connectivity with the people who live here who know all of the stories.
Yeah, and we're working to learn more stories. We have new populations coming in, and there are always stories that are forgotten, and that might be 200 or 300 years old, and ferreting those out. Sometimes we don't have the artifacts from those periods, but there's stories that have been passed along through generations of families.
Nice, very nice. Now, there will be some special events. It's summertime, kids are out of school, families are on vacation looking for things to do. What types of events are you going to be hosting at the museum?
Well, we're really excited that we're going to be open for 4th of July, and then July 8th is our fabulous 50s flashback, and we're flashing back to the 50s, and it's going to be a fun day for families. We're having rock and roll, a live band, DJ, hula hoop contest, a 50s fashion show, and we invite people to come dressed up. Yes. Shows from the period, bad science fiction, free popcorn, and we expect a number of vintage cars to come. Okay. We'll have some traditional burgers and shakes, food trucks are coming, so there's just a lot that's going to be happening, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm detecting some poodle skirts and saddle shoes.
Absolutely, and activities for the kids to make and create some things to take home. And the core of that activity is from 11 to 4 on Saturday the 8th.
Okay, well, we hope a lot of folks will come out. They've got plenty of time to mark the calendar. And for those who aren't familiar with the name change, you are the Greensboro History Museum, but for 90 years, it was the Greensboro Historical Museum.
Yeah.
Why would you feel the need to change the name after so many years?
Yeah, and we're not alone in this. Museums across the country and looking at making their museums more relevant and talking to members of the community. What is your perception of what we're about? We discovered that some people thought historical sounded more like a historical society and little old ladies, which I am sort of an old lady, and I like tea too, but just drinking tea and not the museum for everyone. And that by changing it to history, it signaled that we are everyone's museum. It's an open society, and we are the history of everyone, not just the long distance past.
Okay, well, it's nice to see progress in history. Now, it's a very great facility. I've been there. It looks like a lot of fun to work there. What is the most fun about your job?
The fun thing really is making connections for people and having these really special, rare artifacts and explaining those stories for people and having people bring in things that maybe are important to them and talking about how things change through time, and there's really more than one history, more than one story to tell. And we have some incredibly rare and special artifacts, and then we also have those human stories and the voices and faces of generations and generations of people, and we add to that every day.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Carol. It's always nice to know what kind of assets we have that are owned by the city of Greensboro. History is such an important fabric of all of our lives, and it's nice to know that we have a place that we can go to whenever we want to reach back and kind of see where we're from. Come back and see us.
I will. More stories to tell.
Thank you so much. Stay tuned for a little known fact about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. One way to stay informed about what's happening in the city is by attending city council meetings. The Greensboro City Council meetings are open to the public and air live right here on the Greensboro Television Network. Regular meetings take place at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesdays of the month in the council chambers on level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule, please visit greensboro-nc.gov/council meetings. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Greensboro Arboretum began as a joint project between Greensboro Beautiful and the Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department. The city of Greensboro supplied 17 acres within Lindley Park, also the site of remnants of the Anniversary Garden, a project of the Greensboro Council of Garden Clubs in the 1950s. Greensboro Beautiful volunteer and Arboretum visionary Irene McKeever proposed special care be given to construct a landscape display garden which would utilize the natural topography of the site, which ranges from steep slopes to flat meadow-like plains. She also suggested the garden be constructed around existing wooded and open areas and include collections of woody plants labeled for education, recreation, and the enjoyment of the public. Construction began in 1986 and was completed in 1991. In appreciation for her tireless dedication to the realization of the Greensboro Arboretum, Greensboro Beautiful named the Vine Collection in honor of Irene McKeever. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you what's going on in the city if you're looking for something to do this week. Now it's time to check in with Jody Stanley for a look at things to do and places to go. Jody?
Thanks, Carla. This week we'll spotlight the fantastic summer music programming and concerts happening throughout the city. No need for Ticketmaster, all of these concerts are free. Grab your blanket or folding chair and head over to these featured events. LeBauer Live kicks off on Saturday with a summer music series featuring Chapel Hill-based indie folk band Mizpo starting at 8 p.m. Mizpo has performed over 300 shows, and their first debut album rose to number 8 on Billboard's Bluegrass charts. Pre-show activities will start at 6 p.m. and VIP tickets can be purchased for an additional cost that includes a free beverage, preferential seating, and a gift bag. The series is free and open to the public, and additional shows will be held in August and October. For more information on LeBauer and Center City Parks, as well as a complete list of programs, visit greensborodowntownparks.org. The music continues into Sunday night as the music for a Sunday evening in the park known as MuseUp Concert Series presents the Draves, a blues roots rock band at Gateway Gardens starting at 6 p.m. At 7:15 p.m., Soul Central with Jaybirds will perform a combination of blues, R&B, jazz, and soul. Bring a blanket and picnic basket and head over to enjoy this free concert. Visit greensboro-nc.gov/MuseUp for more information. The Eastern Music Festival will present an event for kids at Glen McNary Branch Library this Monday starting at 10 a.m. Listen to a quartet of string scholars perform a mini concert of music selected specifically for kids. This is the Eastern Music Festival's, or EMF's, 56th year of providing unmatched educational experiences and great performances. For a list of upcoming EMF performances, go to easternmusicfestival.org. Back to you, Carla.
Thank you, Jody. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Greensboro Coliseum complex is designed to serve the residents of Greensboro and the surrounding area through a broad range of activities such as sporting events, theater, fairs, exhibits, conventions, and trade shows. The Coliseum is both a primary center of activity for the community and a leading economic development generator for the region. The complex consists of 8 venues, including the 22,000-seat Greensboro Coliseum, which has a distinguished history of hosting ACC and NCAA basketball championships, as well as concerts by some of the top names in the recording industry. The Coliseum complex also includes the 167,000 square foot special event center that includes 3 exhibition halls, a 4,500 seat mini arena, and 8 meeting rooms, the 300 seat Odeon Theater, the Terrace, White Oak Amphitheater, Greensboro Aquatic Center, ACC Hall of Champions, and the Field House. The Greensboro Coliseum complex is one of the most actively booked facilities in the country, hosting more than 1,100 events each year. With its incredible versatility, the complex has gained worldwide acclaim from promoters, producers, event planners, and patrons. On the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout-out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO segment. Graduates of the 2017 Greensboro Police Citizens Academy have created a service project to show their support for the police department and further the department's commitment to building bridges. Academy graduates and officers from GPD's Neighborhood Resource Center invited 20 youngsters who reside in public housing to have a fun evening at Air Fun Trampoline Park. The kids were selected by the police officers to acknowledge their academic achievements during the recent school year. Academy graduates say this project is a great way to reward hardworking children, and we want the kids to know their academic performance is recognized and appreciated by us and by the officers. The event involves Police Citizens Academy participants donating money, snacks, and school supplies for the kids, while the cost of admission was offset by Air Park Trampoline Park. Chief Wayne Scott says events like these embody one of the key purposes of our Citizens Academy. The class members are reaching out to others and working alongside GPD to help build trust and make our city safer. It looks like a good time was had by all. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.